Hello and welcome. By listening to today's sermon, your life will be better on purpose.
Proverbs 18th chapter, verse 22. I don't hear no pages turning, no more finger swipes, so I'm assuming we all there.
Amen.
The New King James Version says, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord." The Good News Translation, you can keep your fingers where they are, in that same particular text says, "Find a wife and you find a good thing." It shows that the Lord is good to you. I like the first version better because the first version sounds more declarative. It sounds more like this is definitely what will happen. When it says, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord." The second one, I understood what he was trying to say, but it's almost like they're suggesting. You find a wife and you find a good thing. And it shows that the Lord is good to you. So I'm going to stick with New King James Version on this text.
All right.
He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. This morning I want to preach from the subject, living in the fog.
Living in the fog.
Living in the fog. And the fog is favor of God.
All right.
Living in the favor of God. Living in the fog. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. This particular text has been given to us by most scholars to believe Solomon, the son of David, King Solomon. Not that one over there, but King Solomon, the son of David. And you know, I thought it was interesting as I began to do a little more formal research on King Solomon about this particular text where he says, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing and," somebody say and obtains favor from the Lord. So as I thought about that text, I said, I believe Solomon is telling us that finding a wife is a good thing, but that might not be enough. It might not be enough. And God gives us favor in addition to the good thing that we have found. Some people might have a problem with the wife being considered a thing, but that's not the object of this particular story or this text at the time. A good thing and favor from the Lord. So this week is no surprise to most people that this has been the week, in particular on Friday, the day that we celebrate love. The day that we celebrate love, which is what we call Valentine's Day. I don't know who sainted him and made him Saint Valentine, but some people want to call him Saint Valentine. To me, he's just, well, never mind who he is to me. It's Valentine's Day. I don't care what some people think. Some might say it's just a commercial day. I don't need no day to tell me how much I love my wife or my husband or anything like that. You know, it's all about the money and all that stuff. And, you know, they have all these things that go on in our society about this day of love called Valentine. Y'all know I love social media. And I like to be on social media. I wish I would read more, but what happened is social media had this thing, they kind of send stuff to you that you don't really want all the time. You know, they try to do this thing called algorithms. And because I'm a black man living in an urban city, they just think I like certain things, and sometimes I get frustrated with it. But something caught my attention this week. And it was a post, and I shared it with Tisa, and I thought about using it in a post, and she said, nah, because I have some friends who might get offended by it. And what the post really said was, if he's celebrating with you on the day before or the day after, you might be a side piece. You might be a side piece. And I thought about that, and I said, well, you know, me and my wife, we went out the day after also. Does that mean she a side piece? And I said, so not only is she a side piece? She's my front piece, my back piece, and every piece that I need. So I said people shouldn't be upset about that, and people say that to try to make people feel bad. But should nobody be allowed to feel bad just because of who you are and what you might be doing right then?
Yeah.
But anyway, so this old day of love and Valentine and all that, so I started thinking about Bible, love, Valentine, relationships and all that. And you know, it's amazing how you can say certain things and you would think people don't pay no attention to it, but people pay attention to it, especially when you hear them talk about it on their own Uncommonest podcast. I gave a shameful plug, but anyway, they talk about it on the Uncommonest podcast where they talk about, you know, say a real relationship is between a husband and a wife. You know, ain't no such thing as boyfriend and girlfriend relationship. I heard some wise person talking about that. You know, but it just amazed me how people will hear you and you never think about them, listen to you, and they had a whole podcast about relationships and all this stuff. But anyway, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. King Solomon. So what do we know about King Solomon? I thought, just in case y'all didn't know, I'll give y'all a refresher course on King Solomon. In 1 Kings 11:3, it records that King Solomon had 700 wives and 300 concubines. And if you read it a little closer, in the Hebrew translation, it talks about merely the number of foreign wives. Not, say, foreign wives. So 700 foreign wives, 300 foreign concubines. Ain't no telling how many wives he had that was legitimate. So, when a man who has that many wives, I believe he should know something about what's good and what's not. Because he said in his text, he who finds a wife, singular, one wife, finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. Now the Bible tells us he's the wisest man on earth. I believe out of 700 wives, 300 concubines, and then no tell how many other hosts of other wives he had, he got to know something. He got to know something. Because if you just have one wife, you were smarter than you were before you met her. If you just have one wife, you are cum laude, summa cum laude, or magna cum laude in the society that you live in, because a wife will make you wise. A wife will show you how good she is to you and will remind you where you were when she found you and where you are now that she have you and where she gonna take you if you just obey her and listen to her.
Come on there.
He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. What in the world kind of man could handle 1,000 women? 1,000. Do you know how hard it is to have one that you devoted to? I don't know how devoted he was to them, but 700, this 365 days in our calendar year. Was he doing like 2 days or something? You know, like in training camp? 700 wives, 300 side pieces, concubines, 1,000 women. And these were women that weren't quote unquote Christian women. These was women that were quote unquote not good girls. So imagine, maybe he just had one little church girl. Maybe he was in love with a church girl, but had a lot of other girls on the side. I don't know what it was, but the Bible says 700 foreign wives, 300 concubines. That's a lot.
He retired.
That's a lot. That is a lot. So, you know, I just think about how he's considered the wisest man on earth. And this man here who told us in the 18th chapter and the 22nd verse that a man who finds a wife, or he said he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. This same man, if you read a little further in this book, will tell you it's better to sleep on a rooftop than to stay in the house with a mad woman. So, you know he knows something about it. You know he knew something about women. He also, the wisest man on earth. He said also, the beginning of strife is like releasing water. Therefore, stop contention before a quarrel starts. What he's telling us is, you know we should get ready to get mad at you.
Yeah.
So stop it before it blows up on you.
Amen.
A man who finds a wife finds a good thing. You remember hide and go seek earlier in life? Who knew then that that was biblical and we were doing what Solomon was telling us to do? Even though we didn't know we were searching for a wife, we were learning the art of searching. We looked up on the cars, we looked around poles, we looked in the bushes, we were looking everywhere. Who knew that we was finding and learning how to search? You might have thought you were just searching for your friend, but you was learning skills to teach you how to find a wife. You know what I think is so interesting is the Bible tells us, he tells us that it's good to find a wife. But it would be a little bit better if he would have told us how to really take care of her.
That's it.
How to really treat her. You know, he just gave us the A clause. He didn't give us all of it. You know, what to do when she get mad? Sleep on, yesterday he said sleep on the rooftop. You don't want to be in the house when she's mad. You know, but you think about all this wisdom, how wise he was. And he said, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. Why he didn't say he who finds a girlfriend? Why he didn't say he who finds a boo? A babe. He who finds a wife. You know, I like to look deeper into things. And you know, I said, I'm glad I know what he really meant with this. Because I said, so you mean to tell me you're going to find some husband's wife? Because that's what his daddy did. Y'all know the story about King David and Bathsheba. He found somebody's wife. So, and him being the son of that, I could easily think, is that what you're trying to tell me? But I'm glad that I know how to push the envelope a little farther. Because what he's talking about was, when you find a wife, you're finding a lady or a woman or a female with certain qualities. With certain qualities. And you know, this same writer, this same King Solomon, and I don't know, well, never mind about that, but he also tried to tell you what type of woman to look for in Proverbs 31 and 30. A lot of women today don't want to be that type of woman. And you know, and I understand also, not that you don't want to be considered virtuous, but some of the things that he was talking about that was virtuous, most people don't want to do that kind of stuff today. We don't even want women doing that kind of stuff today for the most part. So he tried to let us know what to look for. But here he's talking about the importance of how good it is to find a wife. Do you know what a good wife can do for you? She can help you get your credit up. She can help you get your credit up. I know some men who didn't even know what a checking account was. Didn't even know how to go to a bank until he married his wife. I know some men who didn't even know how much money he had. He just got paid and just spent. He didn't even know what it meant to save. You know, there are certain things that a wife would do for a man. She'll help you get your credit up. She'll take you from a 200 to an 850. See, a wife would do some things. She would even tell you what you like that you didn't even know you liked. I didn't even know about Brussels sprouts until my wife told me, here, try some. Taste them. I didn't even know about certain fine dining restaurants. I didn't even know about how to eat a steak medium rare. I didn't know about this stuff. I used to get a steak well done and put some half 57. Boy, don't be eating no steak like that. You know, I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know you're supposed to have a little pink in the middle and you're supposed to eat a steak with no sauce. If you're really classy and if you're really cultured. I didn't know those kind of things. I didn't know that certain things you don't do, certain things you don't say. You know, certain ways you're supposed to act around people. You know, I thought I knew a lot of things because I was taught how to be a certain way. But when you get a wife, forget everything you learned. Forget everything you learned. Start all over again because she's going to teach you how a man's supposed to be. You know, forget about what Big Mama and Medea and Mama and them and all them taught you because they taught you how to be the type of man they wanted. They didn't teach you how to be the type of man that Shaniqua wants. So we have to understand how she's a good thing. Do you know a good wife will have you doing stuff you would never do? In the say, I follow the Seattle Seahawks because of Tisa. They have a quarterback by the name of Russell Wilson, who's married to Sierra. If you ever follow them or see them, I don't know how in the world that boy wear his hair the way he wears sometimes. Have y'all seen some of his hairstyle? Have y'all seen some of the clothes he wears and some of the goofy dances he do? Do you know a good wife will make you do some things that you would never do? And I said, she got him looking like that, so won't nobody else want it. See, a good wife will do that to you also. A good wife will have your hairstyle looking jacked up to everybody else, so won't nobody else want you, so she can have y'all to herself. A good wife will put about 30 pounds on you, just so you won't look attractive to nobody else. A good wife will make you bring home all your money, so you won't have no money left to spend on nobody else. A good wife. A good wife. And as a bonus, you will get favor from God. You will get favor from God. You know, I'm inclined to believe if it wasn't for that B clause, the favor from God, I don't know if I can endure. Because see, that good thing requires work. That good thing is hard. You have to constantly make sure that you give that good thing everything that good thing needs, consistently. And you know, I think what's so interesting is this is something that it didn't come looking for you. You went and found her. Because the Bible said, he who finds a good thing. He didn't say he who got picked up by a good thing. See, we have to pay attention to what the words of God are telling us. The Bible said, he who finds a good thing. Now, she might have set the stage. And you might have been blind initially and then see all those little subtle hints she threw. But eventually, she got to make you know that you found her. When really she's in the way, she's visible. She knew which route you took, she knew where you were gonna be at, so she made herself along those paths so you could see her, so you can find her. That might not be true in every case. It might not be true for all or most. But that's the story that most of us will have, especially the longer you live with your good thing. So we have to realize finding a wife is a good thing. So if finding a wife is a good thing, don't it just make sense to make yourself findable? Wow. Shouldn't you make yourself findable if finding a wife is a good thing? And if you are the good thing and if somebody find you, y'all will be good together and get favor from God? So how do you make yourself findable? You can't do it if you never go out. You can't do it if you stay home all the time. You can't do it if you never have friends. You can't do it if you never be in environments where you can be found. You know, I hear often, there are no good men in Atlanta. I said, yes, there are. You just ain't in the right place. You just not around the right people. When was the last time you been to Home Depot? Home Depot? Why do you go to Home Depot for? A lot of good men at Home Depot. You talking about all that good wood and pipes and screws and hammers and nails. Men are attracted to that kind of stuff. Men like to build and tear up. A lot of times, first of all, we like to build because we tear up. So when it makes sense to go to a place where a lot of men like to hang out at, men like sports. You might not even be a football, baseball, basketball fan, but if there are 70,000 men in there, don't that just make common sense that, man, this place was 70,000. I like my 70,000. I can find one in 70,000. So we have to make ourselves findable. Once you make yourself findable, and once he finds you, you have to make yourself good. You have to make yourself good. And how do you make yourself good? That's relative. Because what's good for some might not be good for others. Some men like them soft, some like them hard, some like them quiet, some like them loud. You have to know what type of man that you want. You have to know what type of man that you can endure and put up with. And you have to be able to see between all the BS that he's going to show you initially.
Yeah.
So you have to be a BS sniffer. Because see, what you sniff initially might not smell the same throughout the time.
Yeah.
So a good woman know how to do those type of things. So I think about all of that, and I think about this favor that I want to talk about that we get from God. Somebody say favor.
Favor.
Favor. Favor. This word in the Bible called favor. We use this term today in a way that's not necessarily accurate the way it is meant in the Bible. We say stuff like, hey, would you do me a favor?
Yeah.
When somebody say, hey, will you do me a favor? Our instinct, our default is, first of all, what is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because first we want to know, are we able to do the favor?
Yeah.
And then we want to know if we're willing
Yeah.
to do the favor. So when you hear people say, hey, I need a favor, the first thing that comes to our mind is, man, I wonder what is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And how you know you do it? When you get a phone call from somebody who don't normally call you, chances are you're thinking they need something. And when somebody needs something, I told y'all last week, help is hardly ever. Somebody say hardly ever.
Hardly ever.
Hardly ever. Help is hardly ever convenient. So chances are you're getting ready to be inconvenienced.
Yeah.
So when someone say, can you do me a favor? Or hey, I need a favor. But you know this word favor can change your life because it has multiple meanings. In the Old Testament, you know it by the word grace.
Yeah.
Charm, acceptance, goodwill, desire. Those are synonyms to this word favor that's found in the Old Testament. In the New Testament, we know this word favor. And in the New Testament, this Greek word kari, owe me a favor. There are people in your life who are obligated to feel like they owe you a favor, and you don't care about it, you don't want it, but people feel obligated when you do something for them. That's what it's like when you find a wife.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you find a wife, God not only let you know how good she is, but he give you a bonus, which is his favor. Do you know what it's like to actually have the favor of God? Have you ever been somewhere and somebody say, well, you blessed?
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't even have to, look at that, look at your wife, how beautiful she is. You're blessed. Look at what, I remember you done had two nickels to rub together. Look at you now. Yeah, man. I meant to say, my wife, boy, she got me on this budget and told me I only needed $20 a week to spend, and she did this. And, you know, God will bless you and give you favor.
Yeah.
Not only favor physically, not only favor financially, but favor in your health.
Yeah.
Your wife will have you eating meals that you would have never eaten that's healthy for you. I've eaten more salads that if I never had another salad, I would be all right.
Yeah.
You know, I've eaten more vegetables. If I never had another vegetable, I would be all right. But do you know it's for my good?
Yeah.
Do you know that wife said you got to get over that 5-year-old taste bud that you have and eat something that's good for you because I ain't trying to bury you early.
Yeah.
Amen.
Good things and favor. You know, when people ask me, how is it that you have such a happy outlook on life? How is it that you have such a good wife? Because I found the secret. Y'all think Oprah got the secret. Oprah didn't have the secret.
Yeah.
God showed me the secret.
Yeah.
And he said, I wouldn't have gave her to you if she wasn't good for you.
Amen.
Men, God wouldn't have gave you that wife if she wasn't good for you. And because you weren't disobedient and because you made her your wife, God said, and then I'm giving you my favor.
Yeah.
Now favor to handle the good days and the bad days. Now favor to handle when you got two nickels in your pocket, when you got $2 billion in your account.
Yeah.
God said, I'm going to give you my favor.
Yes. Thank you, Lord.
Do you know when God is talking about giving us his favor, there are certain things that we must do to always get it? First, you have to love that wife that he gave you. Why don't you not take care of something good?
Yeah.
You know, it bothers me to see somebody have something good, be it a wife or whatever it is, and not take advantage of it or take care of it. Have you ever seen people who got something and you could tell they don't take care of it? How you don't take care of that? Do you know the value of that? Do you know what that is really worth? You know, there are some people who don't take care of good things that God gives them, in particular in this text, wives. We were out at the zoo Friday night, and the zoo had this thing called Wild at Heart. And there was a dinner at the zoo, and all these people, nicely priced dinner. Nicely priced dinner. To go out and hear them talk about how animals mate, and you get to see some elephants and see a couple of elephants, the animals in the background. And do you know that was the best Valentine my wife ever had? Do you think that's something I would have ever thought about doing for Valentine? I would have loved to have been there and just bought her a dozen of roses, a box of chocolate, a nice outfit, take her to Houston's or Morton's, anywhere and get a nice 16-ounce steak and some of the best bubbly money could buy. I would have loved to do that, but that's not what my good thing wanted. And because I was able to find out what my good thing wanted and provided for, do you know that I got favor from God because of it? What was the favor from God? The smile on her face.
Yeah.
The joy in her heart. The love that she pours back to me. Because when you think about when God gives you something, God ain't gonna give you no junk anyway.
Yeah.
God's gonna give you something good, and not only is He gonna give you something good, it's gonna be good for you.
Yeah.
And then you get favor. Somebody say favor again.
Favor.
So when you find a wife, you get something good, and you get favor. Shouldn't you be appreciative? Shouldn't you be appreciative? When I think about the fact that how God loved us so much, not only did He give us a wife, which is good, and give us His favor, God was just really setting us up. Somebody say God was setting us up. God was setting us up for something greater.
Amen.
He was setting us up for something greater. Because not only did He give us a wife, when you love your wife like the church and Jesus relationship is, that's when you receive the favor from God.
Yeah.
Men and women were made in God's image.
Yeah.
We were created in God's image, and we're to live according to how God has taught us to live. I thought it was interesting that He used King Solomon to give us instructions on relationships with a husband and a wife. As I get ready to close, let me give you a couple of things not to do. Don't always listen to people who are not experiencing or have experienced what you need to get what you need. What I mean by that, it's okay to listen to people. It's okay to let people offer you advice, but that person hadn't experienced what you are experiencing, experiencing what you're experiencing. Don't be so quick to take that advice.
Yeah.
Because see, if I'm needing advice on how to make my wife a better wife and how to make our marriage better, isn't it just common sense that I go to somebody who has a good wife, who's living the type of life like that? So King Solomon, he knows something about some wives.
Yeah.
The Bible says he had 700 foreign wives, 300 concubines, and probably a host of other wives. So that's somebody who I should be listening to.
Yeah.
That's somebody who you should be listening to. I shouldn't be listening to somebody who had never had a wife, who don't even really, if I'm not even sure, like wives. So my thing is, I need to listen to the person who has some great experience and somebody who God said and gave him all the wisdom in the world, so much so that we know him as the wisest man on earth.
Yeah.
So, if in 1822 of this particular text, if it says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing, we should be teaching our little boys right now. Soon as they learn how to say dada and mama and apple and all that stuff, we should be teaching them how to find a wife. When you take your son to daycare, you should say, you see a little girl over there? She might make a good wife one day. You be nice to her. You should be teaching him early how to find a good wife. This is what you look for in a wife. You see how sweet your mom is to me? You see how me and your mom is? That might not be what you get, but at least you want to start with that.
Yeah. Thank you, God.
Because if the Bible tells us by the smartest man on earth that finding a wife is a good thing and you get favored by God, why would you even waste your time searching for anything else?
Yeah.
Let us walk in the fog,
Yeah.
in the favor of God. And how you walk in the favor of God is by being obedient to God's instruction.
Yes.
Because the instructions that Solomon got were from God, and just like Solomon, sometimes we might get disobedient and we might have to sleep up on the rooftop. So let us walk in the fog, in the favor of God.